making old Canon lenses like this 50mm f1.4 work on Sony bodies seems to be easy. All you have to do is buy an adapter. But not all adapters work the same, and that's exactly why I have two of them. The first one that I got is the latest offering from Viltrox. It's their 5th iteration, so I thought it probably good enough. It even has a screen, a mode switch and a few buttons, so I was sure that I could adjust things if it doesn't work right on my camera or my lenses, because these adapters are supposed to work really well with some lenses and not that great with other ones, and that's why the internet is full of compatibility charts. And now let me tell you about the second one that I got. This one is the 7Artisan Canon to Sony adapter, and this one only has a button on its side, and you're supposed to press and hold that button while you turn on or off your camera if you want to change the mode in which this adapter performs, and that means that you have to have the manual on you at all the times, because nobody's gonna ever remember those things. And that's about it for physical differences, as long as we're not talking about their tripod fits, because the 7Artisan one is actually Arca Swiss compatible without needing a tripod plate, while you have to add the tripod plate to the Viltrox one if you want to mount it to an Arca Swiss tripod, but both of them have tripod screws on the bottom side. And before we go back to actual functionality, let's take a second and appreciate the design of the boxes, which is pretty damn similar. But going back to functionality, my Viltrox adapter was acting up. The focus was all over the place sometimes, and that would be fixed with a restart, but the most annoying thing was that the adapter would sometimes refuse to start with my camera. And this meant my camera was unreliable. So I reached out to Viltrox, which were super nice about it and sent me some beta firmware for the adapter, which made the adapter a bit better in terms of focusing, but it was still unreliable and sometimes straight up refused to start with my camera. And this made me buy the other adapter. The 7Artisan one is much simpler, only has that one button, and I thought simpler was better. That's until I received the adapter in the mail in some kind of power saving mode, which wouldn't operate my aperture right. And at that point I would really love if it would have some kind of LEDs or a screen to indicate that. But overall this works much better on my Sony A7 III, but it doesn't work at all on a Sony A7R2, which I learned when I borrowed one from a friend. So if you wanna make these two work together, you might have to waste some money, but if you go on my website, you're not gonna waste money, you're just going to get nice Lightroom tools.